everyone, it's Arlene with Design with Arlene. Welcome to the third day of Christmas video, and this time I'm making just some little gift tags here for our 12 days of Christmas gift. I'm going to be making them. This is the cute little project that I have. So it's the third day of Christmas, so we will be delivering 3 little candy canes to be dropped off to the grandkids. So these are just 3 little, I got them again at Dollar Tree. There's a set of 6, and this is the little gift tag that we're making. So I'm using the Stamp Set Warm Hugs as well as the coordinating dies that go with it. These are called the Warm Wraps dies here. And let me go ahead and show you the cardstock that I'm using. Okay, I have a piece of real red cardstock, and this is measured at 2 inches by 6 inches, and then I scored it in half at 3 inches. I also have a piece of just some Whisper White cardstock that I'm going to be stamping and die cutting out of. So the next step that I'm going to be doing is taking this little circular stamp here, and I'm stamping this in the garden green. I'm continuing on with the traditional red and green that I used yesterday, but just a little bit of a variation. So this is garden green, and I'll be using real red as well. And this is just a circular stamp that says warm hugs to you all season long. I'm stamping that just right there on the Whisper White. And then I have a couple of stamps. Now these are the candy cane, and there's an actual outline of the stamp, and then it also has the inside of it with the layers, the stripes of the candy cane. So I'm going to stamp the outline first. And I'll stamp that a couple of times because sometimes I don't get these all just exactly right. Now you could take just a marker and color that in, or again, we have the stamp. Sometimes you gotta be, I like to look just right directly on top, so I'm just right overhead of that stamp. And I stamp that. See if I can do one more. Sorry, pardon the head here, okay? So, and it's not perfect, but it's for the grandkids. They're not gonna look at it really close, and I'm doing it just for fun, and I'm having a good time with it, so that's okay. Now in the dies collection, the warm dies that coordinates with the stamp set, we have this little, it looks like a wheel, and this is going to cut out this circle here, and it's also going to cut out a little circle here, so you've got like a little peekaboo window right here of a circle. And then this is going to fit right over those candy canes that I've just stamped. So I'm going to go ahead and run this through the embossing machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got this circle cut out here as well as the cute little candy cane. And I'm going to bring back my cardstock base, my real red, set that aside with these other 2 cutouts. And then I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And this is cut at 2 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And grabbing again my paper piercing mat, my scrap paper here, I'm using the real red stamp pad, and I've got this fun little heart. This again is in the collection, in the same stamp set that I'm using. And this is a little heart, and I'll pick this up with my acrylic block, and I'm going to just stamp kind of randomly, just hearts around onto my Whisper White. So I'm just kind of making my own patterned paper here. So I like to ink up this real red is pretty bright, which I love, but I want this to be just a little bit softer look, a little bit lighter color. So I'm going to just stamp that right in the middle there, and stamp off and then stamp down. And I'm going to continue that all throughout this paper, this little piece of Whisper White cardstock, and continue there. And I think it needs just a little bit more on the bottom here. And one more. Okay, kind of made our own little pattern paper here, okay? And now that we have that, I am going to go ahead and just adhere this paper onto my card base, just with some Stampin' Seal. Again, this is just a quick little gift tag, nothing super fancy, but this is great when you've got 12 gifts like we do, right? today. You need to get them out quick. All right, and then I also have I'm using the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Let these go on a little bit better. I don't have to trim them down or anything, so they fit right on that little, I'm gonna call it a wheel, but right here. Okay, so warm hugs to you. Now, you can see that there is a space right here, and I left that blank intentionally because that is where our candy canes are going to go, right here. You can see in the first tag that I made, I didn't do that, and so I like this better where you're not covering up the heart, okay? I have one more thing. I'm gonna go ahead and bring back my paper piercing pad and the red heart. Now, what I did for this one is I actually printed this on paper. It's just a lot easier, and then I trimmed it down to fit. I used a text box so that I knew that it was small enough. And just, I have our little saying here, what we're giving them. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp just a red heart right at the bottom, just because I have some empty space there, and I thought it would look better. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is just glue that onto the inside of the gift tag. Yep, a little off center, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, and I have a hole punch, and this is one of the smaller hole punches because I have a thinner piece of ribbon. Okay, and I've got some of this braided linen trim. This is just in the Real Red as well, and I've got my little package of 3 for the third day of Christmas, 3 candy canes. This is just a little cellophane package that I just had around the house. I'm not quite sure. I might have got it at Walmart, but it could have been years ago. So these are just cellophane bags that I had. And I'm just going to add this. Sometimes what you need to do too, because it's a smaller hole, but it should fit, is I like to trim my ribbon so it comes to a point. It's a lot easier to thread through that way so that you're not dealing with the straight edge and trying to fit that in, okay? Just makes it, anything to help us, you know, to help crafting a little bit easier, right? Okay, I'm just gonna tie a bow right there. Okay, yay, and we are ready to go. So here's one. Of course, I'm making 2 for the both of the kiddos. And you can see this one is a little bit wider than this one that I just made is a little bit narrower. But they both look great. I just thought maybe the smaller one for a smaller package would look a little bit better. But there you go. That's a quick and easy little gift tags for the holidays. Again, this is our 3rd day of Christmas. So we'll see you tomorrow for the 4th day. Thanks. Bye.